Ribs is a Roblox YouTuber with over 630,000 subscribers, and her channel was created back in August of 2020. And as of now, her channel has gained over 330 million views in total. She would begin uploading at the very beginning of 2021, and her style of content consisted of Roblox animations, speed paints, etc. It's pretty easy to say that Ribs did have some talent even at the beginning of her career, and with that she gained her very first 100 subscribers in the matter of only around 25 days, with her first big video hitting 1 million views, being about Tower Defense Simulator, which was a pretty popular game at the time. Her channel was a success to say the least. The growth was rapid, and I would even say that this was one of the fastest growing Roblox channels at its time. Sure, most of the content was pretty short formed, but the videos she would make were pretty relatable to the majority of the Roblox fanbase. Adding that with a little bit of humor, you now have a loyal and growing audience. And as of around early April of 2021, only around 3 months after Ribs began making content, her videos started averaging 1 million views, then would begin to average 2 million views as her channel progressed. Ribs was unstoppable. With consistent uploads while following certain Roblox trends with talented animations, this channel had the potential of reaching the 1 million subscriber mark. And it was very possible because the channel was gaining tens of thousands if not hundreds of thousands of subscribers monthly. So now you may ask, what could have possibly went wrong? Well, this may come across as shocking to most. You see, on May 17th of 2022, Ribs will upload a video which would be her last video she would make ever since. As of now, the channel hasn't uploaded in over an entire year. Now, this is no different to any other Roblox content creator who have ever disappeared. For an example, Pink Sheep, who hasn't uploaded in around 5 months because he supposedly quit YouTube. Napkin Nate, who hasn't uploaded in 2 years because he was allegedly arrested for domestic violence against a family member. And Faith, who hasn't uploaded in over a year because he was exposed for doing very inappropriate things with children from his own audience. The list goes on, and every Roblox YouTuber has their own reason for not uploading. Ribs' reason, however, can be described as pretty dark and sinister. On around May 13th of this present year, Ribs would send a message in a Roblox group that would shock everyone, and not only because this was her first message we have seen from her in a while, but also because of how dark and dramatic this message is. I always feel angry that I was robbed of so many things. Every day I wake up and it burns, feeling bitter and loathing being forced to be alone with my thoughts, but I would rather this than the whole world be against me. She would then proceed this statement by explaining how she has no connections, no one to look up to, and no one to turn towards. Then goes on by showing her emotions in a very descriptive fashion. The rest of this message is her talking about her life situation, like struggling in high school, how people are always jealous of her success, doesn't talk to her own family, etc. Apparently, she had been struggling in her life for the past couple of years, and had been living in quote-unquote solitary confinement, which no, she did not pull a Napkin Nate, that was just a metaphor. It seems like Ribs had been dealing with depression, and this will become more apparent as we dive deeper into this situation. Not long after she sent that message in a Roblox group, she then made a community tab post on her channel to her mostly child audience, telling them all to kill themselves and how she hates everyone. Following up this message by commenting under the post by saying how she wasn't hacked and showing more hateful emotions along with it. It wouldn't stop there, as her next community post not long after would state, "I hope all YouTubers rot in hell." Now, the comments from her fanbase were kinda half and half. One side was quite supportive while understanding that Ribs was probably dealing with some severe issues that affected her mental state immensely, and the other side being more honest and open on how they feel about all of this. But the posts don't stop there, because shortly after her previous post, she would then go on by saying, and I quote, "Die all of you." This was when her fanbase became not as supportive, understandably so. A death threat is a death threat. The tough things that you have been going through are not an excuse. Wishing death upon your own community of 600,000 people is not okay, but get well soon, Ribs. I can't believe her fanbase is still supporting her when she is sending us death threats. This is outrageous. Following this, people began making videos on Ribs, mainly about what could have caused this type of behavior from her to arise. Even someone known as DJ Cook would make his own video on this situation. But there is this one specific YouTuber known as Hawks who will make a video on Ribs on June the 13th. But what's different about this video is that Ribs herself commented on it and had this to say. "Bruh, I can't bring myself to watch the video, but why did someone actually put in the effort to make a video video about me for views, instead of actually trying to contact me and interview me personally. Like, if someone was toxic to you in a video game and they told you the same things I did, then no one would care. Like, I know my fans are young, but I really couldn't care less, bro. If people are actually taking it seriously and making a big deal about it, then it's their problem. I never said I have depression or anything, people are just making this stuff up. She then follows this up by saying, I'm not trying to get pity, people are actually assuming that I'm just pissed off and I felt like making those posts like it's not that deep. Now, a couple of things to take from this response. It's not the fanbase's problem for questioning Rib's inner hateful behavior. Telling people to kill themselves is pretty bad in itself, let alone to over 600,000 people, while most being impressionable children. And judging by all of her actions ever since the drama first began, it's pretty easy to realize that Ribs is most likely dealing with some mental issues and needs professional help. But there is a chance that her community post could be just for attention as a way to gain more traction surrounding her name. But that seems very unlikely because she would be quite positive on her channel before she stopped uploading. Plus, why would Ribs talk about struggling for years in her life with various issues if she wasn't depressed? Or at least dealing with something. Ribs would also make a response to the videos made on her with a community post saying, it's so stupid how people are making theory videos or assuming things about me. Like, I could give less of a shit about YouTube and all the Roblox players in the comments trying to be #deep. I only speak for myself, like I swear everyone is so bad. That was her last community post as of now, and to me it doesn't seem like Ribs will be coming back to YouTube anytime soon, although she is pretty active on the very popular gaming platform known as Discord.
You know, I can tell you find it funny for some reason.
I don't find you telling your fans that are impressionable kids to kill themselves, I don't find that funny.
And this is where the majority of Ribs' hateful actions would take place. The previously mentioned YouTuber, Hawks, who have made videos on the whole situation, was threatened by Ribs herself. On July 5th, he would make another video on Ribs containing some exposed information we have never seen from her before, which suggests a Discord account who is allegedly Ribs according to the video, making threats towards Hawks of striking down his video while showing a screenshot of her being logged in her own account on YouTube, while also making threats of doxing and potentially suing this YouTuber.
Being a message threatening to sue and dox me. Just to let you know, I'm paying people to get crap on you. Happy dox day, F-slur. Get effed, Ribs. I'm not scared to take you to court. Come to Melbourne, honey.
Now, once again, there is a possibility that this account could be Ribs herself, but we don't know for sure, so just take it with a grain of salt. But not too long after that incident, the confirmed account of Ribs would join Hawks' Discord server, and that's when this video uploaded by Beamism on June 24th would come up while spreading the word even further. In Hawks' server, two people, Ducky and Amos, would ask Rib a couple of questions regarding her aggressive actions. This is how she responded.
So your only argument is that you were pissed?
It's not an argument, okay? It's just like what I felt like. It's
Sorry,
like, you're making it like a debate. Like, it's not that deep.
It's pretty deep when you have 800,000 fan base.
Oh, you keep emphasizing the numbers.
Rip.
Like, I don't give a shit numbers, subscribers, YouTube money, off that. Like, you. I don't care.
So this basically shows that Ribs does not care about her fanbase and how she would commit the same actions shown previously again if she feels like it. She then proceeds to respond more emotionally to the people interviewing her.
So in your words, you don't care that you did that, and in your own words, you would do it again if you felt like it. Is that what I'm getting?
Look, I mean, yeah, it's bad, but I don't care as much, okay? Like, of course, they still care. Like, it doesn't have to be cut and dry, black and white.
It's pretty cut and dry.
Huh?
Especially when you have that big of a fan base.
You keep emphasizing it! Oh my god! Okay, look, okay, I do care to an extent. Yeah, I know, big fan base, all that. But it's like, it just depends, okay?
To make matters worse, Ducky would ask Ribs about a heartbroken fan because of her community posts. This is what she had to say about that.
What?
Yeah, but you've got a disheartened, heartbroken fan in the call right now, Granberry Gill, and he's sad that you told him to kill himself.
Yeah?
You know, feel bad?
Do you not feel bad at all for what you basically said to him? I mean,
That man looked up to you. That man watched all of your videos, everything you put out.
I've literally made it clear already. Like, why are you trying to do this?
you made it clear that you don't care, and you'd do it again if you wanted to.
Look, no, I'll stop putting words in my mouth, okay? I said what
I'm
I
not
had to
putting
say.
words in your mouth. You literally said the words.
Look, I mean, yeah, it's bad, but I don't care as much.
Later on in the call, she would then tell Amos to kill himself.
Man, you're being so rude. You're ignoring me, being tone deaf, you know, trying to guilt trip me. Like, and you're like, oh my god, you know, Ribs, you're getting so mad. You're yelling at me. Like, no wonder I'm yelling at you. Because you are a kid. I think you should yourself.
Then she starts basically losing her mind, to put it simply.
What? You're asking me why I'm shouting loud. I'm telling you, because I'm angry. Do you know what anger is? It's an emotion people feel when they're pissed off by annoying kids like that.
I'm a kid because I'm saying what you have done. What you've actually
You're
relayed.
being
Now, that's all I wanted to show for that interview because I don't think my ears can take it any longer. If you want to listen to the whole voice call, then I'll leave it linked in the description below, but big volume warning if you do, because I almost went deaf from listening to just half of it. Now, in all seriousness, it's very clear that Ribs needs some serious help because she isn't in the right state of mind as of now. This video isn't meant to hate or attack Ribs whatsoever, but to rather criticize her for her hateful actions and advise her to get help as soon as possible. It's better to leave a thoughtful yet criticizing comment about Ribs than to harass her, which was unfortunately what a lot of people did. In Ribs' official Roblox group, some people would make bots saying pretty vile things about Ribs, which I don't support in the slightest, much less fight fire with fire. It's better to let things alone and let Ribs figure everything out for herself, even if she did commit some hateful actions. And if she doesn't get in her right mind or even take accountability for her behavior, then that might just conclude the Ribs YouTube channel and her entire career for good. Thanks for watching.